75 hard, round two. I can't believe that it's already been 2 times now that I've completed 75 hard. Absolutely best decision I ever made in my life to do it the first time. Changed my life forever. So you already know I had to run it back for the second time, 2 years in a row. And this time, 10 times better. I mean, there were so many different things that made it a more impactful experience. But let's get into it with this episode of the Saints Rise podcast. So as you guys may know, I already completed 75 hard one time, and I decided to do it again. And you may be asking, why do 75 hard again? And that's what I'm going to get into in this episode, and all the different things that I experienced this time, the similarities, the differences, everything from start to end. Let's get into it. So as Andy Frisella talks about in his podcast all the time, mental discipline, mental toughness, these are depletable skills. These are things that if you don't practice them on a daily and a yearly basis, your sword gets less sharp. So I did 75 hard for the first time last year, and I had to run it back for a second time because I have to keep sharp. I want to stay disciplined. I want to stay mentally tough. These are the reasons that I wanted to get back into it. And honestly, because the first time that I did it, I felt better than I have ever felt before in my entire life doing the 75 hard program. So you already knew I had to run it back. I want to continue developing. I want to continue growing in every aspect of my life. And that's exactly what I've done. This round of 75 hard was so beyond impactful. Not saying that the first round wasn't, but this second round was way different and way more impactful. Going into 75 hard for the second time now, I knew it was going to be difficult. I knew it was going to be something that was not an easy challenge. And that's not really what I came back for. I came back for the fact that life is a bit more hectic now. I have more on my plate, and I want to experience it in a different manner because last year when I did it, I wasn't really working as much. I had more free time on my hands. And this time, I'm working all the time. I have way more responsibilities. My life has honestly made a complete 180, and it was more about intention and the little tiny details and how I was showing up for each and every single task. And let me tell you, that intention made a huge difference throughout the entire thing. I was really focused on each and every little task, why I was doing it, how I was doing it, and just doing it to the best of my ability. The first time that I did the program, I feel like I was kind of just going through the motions. This time, I was really focused on the little tiny details, making sure that everything that I was doing had purpose, and it was developing me in some sort of way. When I did 75 hard the first time, it was really all about breaking bad habits and building new ones. And over this past year, I continued to live the Live Hard program. I lived the habits on a daily basis, and I was doing the things that you do to have this mental discipline and the clarity and all of that. So it was not only to just continue developing my habits, to continue becoming a better version of myself, but to really show myself how good life can get when you really pour into it. Because last year when I started 75 hard, I was in a really dark spot. This year, I was in a much better position in life, and I needed to do it for a lot of different reasons. Nothing changed for 75 hard. It's still 2 45-minute workouts, one of them outside, drinking a gallon of water, taking that progress picture, reading 10 pages of self-development, and following a diet without alcohol, and for me, no weed, staying sober. I've been sober for 4 going on 5 months now, which is incredible to say because last time when I did 75 hard, it was really tough for me going through the program and staying off weed for a while. But now that I've had some reps under my belt and I've been able to stay sober for an extended period of time, that wasn't really more so the challenge. It was still really just the diet. And obviously, when you get further along in the program, those 2 45-minute workouts, your body starts to get tired. And you don't necessarily really want to do it, but you know you are benefiting mentally, physically, all of the above. The major part of this program is really mental discipline and fortitude to do what you say you're going to do. 75 hard taught me how to stick to my word and how to show up regardless of how I felt. Because there was definitely times the first time around and definitely the second time around where I didn't want to show up, where I felt tired from a full days of work and I still had to get outside and do my 45-minute workout, especially because I did this program in the dead of winter. It was freezing for a good month and a half, 2 months into this program, and there was a lot of brutal cold workouts, but those times where it's really difficult was the times that it really developed my mental discipline, my mental fortitude, and my ability to push forward when times got tough. 75 hard is definitely not a magic trick. It's not a quick fix. It's not even really a workout program. I mean, you're definitely going to get in better shape if you do the program the right way, but it's all about developing self-confidence, self-belief, doing what you say you're going to do, and it takes time. It's 75 days of nonstop working on yourself, finding time to do your workouts, do your reading, drink your water, push through uncomfortableness. And it's one of the greatest things that I've ever learned, because without discipline, I wouldn't have the life that I currently have today. I have a great job in personal training at Equinox, where I'm able to help people on a daily basis and continue to grow, not only with my clients, but within myself. I have better relationships with my family, with my friends. I've begun to develop a relationship with a higher power spiritually. And staying sober has been a catalyst through all of this. I would not be able to do any of this if I weren't sober, if I weren't mentally clear, and really was just getting in touch with that higher power, because at the end of the day, you have to put yourself aside and realize that the reason you're doing this is bigger than yourself. And it's important to have this in the back of your mind the whole time, because if it's a selfish reason that you're doing it, you're more likely to not complete the program. You're more likely to slip up. So develop that higher purpose, your big why for doing any sort of program, any sort of work, and I promise you that it'll be way easier with whatever you're trying to do. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling unmotivated, not focused on life, not where you want to be in life, this is your sign to start this program, to give 75 Hard the shot that it deserves. For 4 years, I knew about 75 Hard, and in the back of my mind, I knew that I wanted to do it, but I didn't have the guts and the courage to take action and to put in the work to actually complete the program. But once I did the program for the first time last year, and now the second time this year in 2025, this program has changed my life in ways that I could never even imagine. I have a life beyond my wildest of dreams because I have developed discipline. I continue to develop discipline and work on myself on a daily basis. Personal excellence truly is the ultimate rebellion. So if you're feeling called to a higher power to become the greatest version of yourself, go give 75 Hard a try. If this message resonated with you at all, or anyone that you may know, please go ahead and share this video, because it could change someone's lives. And if you're interested in the 75 Hard program and are looking to commit to a better version of yourself, don't hesitate. Dive in, go all in on yourself. Do the 75 Hard program, and I promise you that your life will change in ways that you could never even imagine. You'll get a life beyond the wildest dreams. Thank you, guys. Tune in for the next episode of Saints Rise podcast, and let's continue to level up together.